We move on now to Daniel Swaroop, who is answering the question of whether the benefits of artificial intelligence outweigh the costs.
Hello. Okay, so artificial intelligence. What's the first thing you think of when you hear the word artificial intelligence? Just scream it out. Robots? What? Virus. Oh, virus. Okay. Terminator. Who said Terminator? I love the person. Okay. So yes, Terminator is a sort of artificial human intelligence, which is one of the things that is being developed. Here I have an example of Google's own artificial intelligence, Google Assistant that was debuted last week.
So how can I help you?
Hi, I'm calling to book a woman's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd.
Sure, give me 1 second. Sure, what time are you looking for around?
At 12 p.m.
We do not have a 12 p.m. available. The closest we have to that is a 1:15.
Do you have anything between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m.?
Depending on what service she would like. What service is she looking for?
Just a woman's haircut for now.
Okay, we have a 10 o'clock.
10 a.m. is fine.
Okay, what's her first name?
The first name is Lisa.
Okay, perfect. So I will see Lisa at 10 o'clock on May 3rd.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Great. Have a great day. Bye.
Okay, so that's just one of the examples of artificial human intelligence. And meet Sophia. She is an artificial human intelligence robot that was declared a citizen by Saudi Arabia recently. Now, imagine a decade from now, thousands of Sophias or different type of looking Sophias on the street, and you happen to bump into them and you're having a conversation with them. How do you know if that's a human or if that's an artificially intelligent robot? Do you carry around a magnetic testing stick and just everyone you come near to like scan them, beep, 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 beep. Nope, robot. Yeah. So that leads me to my question. Do the potential benefits outweigh the harms of AI development? This is Boston Dynamics' big dog. When I look at this, I actually feel kind of sad because I relate this to an actual dog. Anyone else in the crowd? Show of hands if they feel bad. That getting kicked. Oh, wow, a lot of you. Okay, this is a robot. Why are you feeling bad? Has no feelings. Okay, no. Okay. Thanks, Jayant. So, continuing. That leads us to robots taking over the job market. Well, in a decade from 2020, about 80% of jobs will be taken over by AI. And by artificial intelligence, I don't mean completely taking over. I mean assisting you, enhancing the human abilities so you can be much more efficient and you can have less errors in whatever you're doing. So that leads us to the question, when will AI take over the world? And it already kind of is. Google recently partnered and had a contract with the US military to power their drones, which can identify and eliminate potential terrorists, which isn't the best thing giving AI weapons now. So continuing, that technology can actually be used in medical drones. These medical drones can fly ahead of an ambulance, which usually takes 9 minutes to arrive at a scene to a victim, but the brain stops in around 5 to 6 minutes. So this drone can go ahead of the ambulance, pass all the traffic, and then assist maybe a first responder or someone nearby the victim and direct them through what they should do. So if someone's leg is bleeding and they have an arterial cut, the person can apply pressure to it instead of just standing and having no clue what to do and the person bleeds out. Or in the case that someone has a cardiac arrest, they could start CPR with directions from a virtual doctor. Continuing, AI is being used it is being used already in the medical field. As you see, this small little torch thing, it's not a torch, it's a camera. And it's helping and assisting doctors during surgeries in real time and identifying any anomalies that there might be and anything that might cause further damage while operating the patient. And we've all heard of the pinhole surgeries, right? And that's artificial intelligence, even though you might say, oh, well, a doctor is operating that. Well, the doctor is also getting information in real time on what the next move should be. So one of the biggest benefits I see is with radiologists. Artificial intelligence can identify anomalies with 67 to 97% faster than a panel of radiologists. What this means is that it isn't replacing the radiologists, but it's helping them to be much more accurate and much more efficient, which means they can see many more patients than how they could before. Which leads me to my conclusion. Should AI be developed and how it compares? Well, I think AI should be developed, but it should be developed in a restricted manner. And in that, what I mean is we shouldn't be signing deals with Google and the US military to test it out on humans and destroying terrorists, instead more in the medical fashion and letting the AI learn more and help us more with more accuracy. So yeah, thank you.
Do we have any questions from the floor?
No. Why do you do this?
Hello, Daniel. You mentioned automation a little bit and the taking of jobs. Traditionally, this has been predominantly what would be considered the lower skill manufacturing type of jobs that disproportionately affects those who have a lower education. What can we do in the future if you believe that automation through artificial intelligence is inevitable, which I believe you do? What can we do to ensure the well-being of those individuals whose jobs will be replaced?
Right. So, as you said, keeping those individual jobs. Well, if you think about it in a way, I completely agree. There is going to be a shortage of jobs for those people. But what I believe for those people who are less educated, we could maybe replace teachers with AI. Don't get me wrong, teachers. But that would make education much more affordable, as now you have artificial intelligence everywhere, and you don't necessarily have to keep paying it every. Sorry, teachers, I love you all. But that would make education much more accessible, and they could maybe be the developers of the future. Yeah. Does that answer your question? Thanks.
Any other questions?
Khalid.
Khalid has a question.
Hello. If we assume that AI developed and it became really easy to make, what kind of policy do you think we should implement to stop, for example, a mad scientist from creating a free AI? Like, what's the control?
What's the way of going about it? So, what I was thinking when I went through my research, and I actually thought if someone asked AI to make a pizza, it might take over the world. Don't ask me how, but it's possible, right? So, to counteract that, I thought at least that someone from the government, an experienced computer scientist from the government, should work along with these people who have these huge amounts of data, Google and Facebook, and work with their development team to stop or potentially, overview everything that's going on, instead of just letting them loose and say, do whatever you want to do. So that would restrict and kind of control what they're doing and testing it.
Okay, thank you very much, Daniel.